What's up, guys? Today we have something really cool and outstanding in terms of portable monitor, and it's quite slim. As you can see, it's barely a centimeter with thickness, and you can carry it around if you're on the go and you need a side monitor for your laptop. But that's not all, because you can use it for varieties of other devices, consoles, PC, Mac, and whatever you desire and think of course, because it has also loads of ports for connection and it can be really handy.
UPerfect.
Now, what's it all about with this one? And let's dive in. So right here we have the UPerfect. Let me just do this properly. UPerfect monitor. This is 15.6-inch screen with IPS panel, 4K resolution, 60 Hz refresh rate, and it has 3 to 5 milliseconds response time, which isn't bad for such a screen. You have a possibility to place your pen here if you desire to do so, but it's not a touch screen, unfortunately. As you can see, you get this leather, I would say not a sleeve, but almost a carrying case and a stand, which, as I already shown you, can be done as such. So this is how it can stand on the table, but I'll show you that later on. First, let's go through some specifications so you know literally everything about it, and then we're going to dive in and see the connections. First of all, and most importantly, 4K UHD PC monitor with IPS panel, dual USB-C 3.1 with full functionality. It has additional HDMI full-size port, it has USB OTG port, and it has 3.5mm jack for your headsets. Now this is quite outstanding because it gives you an option to basically connect it to any device that you come up with. So it supports most of the laptops, it supports standard PC connection because you can transfer your screen with USB-C, or you can transfer it with a full-size HDMI, which is really cool. Then we have a possibility to connect it to PS4, PS5, Xbox. You have a possibility to connect it to your, I think I said already, PC, right? Then Mac and other devices that support these connections. So this is really outstanding because it gives you a possibility to have a screen on the go, even though you do have additional charger that needs to go into a wall socket to give you power to your screen. But that's not all, of course. It has 100% sRGB color gamut, 16.7 million 8-bit color display. As already stated, 60 Hz, 3840 x 2160 in 16:9 aspect ratio, 178 viewing angle horizontal and vertical. Contrast ratio is 1300:1. The brightness 300 credea per square meter, which is quite solid for this type of screen. Response time is 3 to 5 milliseconds. It supports HDR. You have two speakers with 8 ohms and 1 watt. The cool thing about it, it has a VESA mount, so when you use it like so, and when you flip it at the back, as you can see, you have 4 screws, 4 threads right here at the back, and it supports 75 x 75 and 4 x 4 millimeters, and you can mount it on a side mount on your table, so you don't use this leatherette one. And that's really cool because you can flip it horizontally, vertically, it really doesn't matter. You could do whatever you wish and desire with it. Now, in addition to everything, it's a simple plug and play. So what happens here is basically what you do is you just simply connect it with a cable, either USB Type-C or HDMI, to your PC, Mac, I forgot switch, and it simply turns on like any regular monitor, so no driver installation or anything similar to that, which is quite cool, I would say. Now the OSD menu is quite straightforward, user-friendly, so you can adjust the brightness, you can adjust the colors, you can adjust everything through that. Now the most fascinating thing, and why I say it's quite portable and handy to carry it around, especially if you're having a, I don't know, going to events or anything, if you're, for instance, content creator and you're going on an event and you have your laptop with you for video production, that you need to put the video out immediately after that day of an event ends, and you're used to, at least I'm used to, multiple screens, of course, because it does help with the workflow. So when you're on the go, when you're on an event or on a trip, business trip or whatever, you might feel the need of an additional screen. And this is something that will give you guys, let's say, an advantage, because here it is. The whole weight of it is under 1 kilo. So we have 930 grams of weight on this thing with the foldable black cover. And that's really cool because, as already stated, you can place it on a vest mount or anything similar to that, and this is how it's easy to remove the black cover. So this is the black foldable part that you get, and it really does weigh a bit. So when you remove that and you get only the screen, it actually gets it doesn't get lighter than what they stated with 0.93 kilos, but it does lose some weight. And here at the back you have all the connections described and written. So Type C1, Type C2, HD, basically HDMI, headphone jack, OTG, power on and power off button, another button to enter the OSD menu, adjustment for the speakers, because you could adjust the speakers directly here, and you have a possibility to adjust the brightness, and of course to go back in the past menu that you were doing. So basically what this screen means to me. First of all, let me show you the setup. It's a smaller setup than you're used to from my past videos, so let me show you what I did. What I created right here is, I would say, some sort of a travel kit. So let's put it this way. This is a MacBook Pro 14 and we have the UPerfect monitor, which is under 1 kilo. The MacBook is under 2 kilos, so basically 3 kilos with 2 screens, and we have a powerhouse right here for editing without a doubt, and that is combined all together lighter with such a combination of dual screens, performance, and everything that I need for editing on the go. So basically the UPerfect monitor will be on the side, giving me a possibility to basically access all the additional, I don't know, screens that I need to use, or windows, or accessing folders to easily add additional media or grab some additional information for the videos or anything similar to that, which is quite handy. And as I said, and you already seen my main setup where I do most of the editing, but right here we have something that is more convenient for the travel and everything that I already stated. The foldable cover really does come in handy because it does create a stand for your screen, and it is quite easy to use and to adjust it. Plus it protects the screen while it's under travel. Now the connection is straightforward. As already stated, you use your Type-C connection to power it up with the charger that you get. You get 2 USB Type-C cables and you get the HDMI. You don't get the OTG cable, but basically the OTG cable that you're going to use most likely is going to be already for the device that you're going to connect it to. So that's a completely different story. The colors on the screen aren't that precise in terms of comparing it to the MacBook screen. It's quite logical, but taking into consideration that for an outstanding price you get 2160p resolution, you get 60 Hz refresh rate, which could be nicely used for gaming, PS4, PS5, or whatever you decide. And if that's not enough for you, or you want to do it and use it for something else, you can always use it as an additional screen for your PC on the side, place it and have basically loads of desktop space, since I presume if you're gaming on competitive stuff and you're most likely running a 1080p or 1440p screen. So if you go with 4K, this would give you some additional desktop screen space for Discord or anything else that you need, and for console part you can game on the go. So yeah, that's a completely different story, but we'll get to that part maybe in some other and future videos. All in all, straightforward connections, which I really do enjoy in terms of just plug and play. This is outstanding because you don't have to do any driver installations or adjust anything. The screen is immediately recognized and turns on without a single problem. The OSD menu is really straightforward. You have loads of settings to adjust the screen and make it perfectly for watching movies, playing games, or reading, or whatever you decide to do with it. And after all, you could do some editing. Since it is an IPS panel and the accuracy of the color is much better than on any other panel, you could use it for photo editing, but if you're running a MacBook on the side, just like I am, you're of course going to use the MacBook for editing and to get that precise coloring. For other stuff, this is a perfect sidekick monitor. I would call it a sidekick because it really does help with the workflow. But all in all, I would say quite satisfied with what I got here in terms of side monitor that can be used in my main setup right here on the side if I decide to go with fourth screen, but that's something else. And yeah, for the price range, this UPerfect monitor, 4K, 60 Hz, outstanding, is really bang for the buck in terms of the screen size, portability, and of course the price. The price is really outstanding. So I'll place the link below for this one, specifically this one, and you have varieties of other screens. If you're not into 4K, you could go with 1440p, 1080p, touchscreen, wireless even, or you could go with lapdock, which is also an outstanding thing to have. It's just, you'll see, just go there, check out the screens, check out this one particularly, because this one is, as I said, 4K, and I think this is the most affordable 4K monitor on their website. So check them out, check out what they have. Maybe you'll find something interesting that will suit you quite nicely, because also you have varieties of sizes. You can go with 13-inch, 14-inch, 15, 17. It just goes beyond anything that you want and can add to your main setup. So guys, thank you for watching today's video. I'll leave the link in the description as already stated, so you don't forget to check it out again. And that'll be all for today. Thank you. See you next time, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye bye.